Hey, new 60HE V2 update, and today I'm going to talk about the V2 launch. Now, if you kept an eye on the V2 page, you might have noticed that somebody took over the page because we have the Switchy heist going on right now. And we have the OG Switchy and we have the spacebar Switchy that are stealing stuff from our office. And you know what? I'm not too happy about that because we're losing things that we need for our development. Actually, our product development team has actually lost some key sets and stuff. We're not sure where it is, but I'm pretty sure it was Switchy.
It wasn't me, I swear.
So if you're on the page, join the Switchy heist. It's a little mini game. You can find all the information there, and on Discord you can join either the OGs or the splits. And at the end of the whole Switchy heist, depending on the team that wins, if you're part of that team, we will be raffling the 60HE V2 over that team, and you can win your own 60HE V2, which is really dope. However, if you take an even close look on that page, you can see there's a little date on the top, and that is the launch day of the 60HE V2 Founders Campaign. So yes, 6th of November, we're gonna have the Founders Campaign. It takes about 30 days, and then it ends. And in that Founders Campaign period, you get your sweet perks that we are not announcing here, but we will show at the campaign itself. And then when the campaign ends, you don't get those perks anymore, but you can still pre-order. But the big bonus here is, or the new thing that we're trying to do here is make sure that the campaign ends and we start shipping 60HE V2s your way. And we start shipping 60HE V2s your way in December. That is what it looks like we'll be able to meet, but I'll get a little bit more into shipping in a moment. Because before I go into further expectations of the launch itself, did you notice that you can get Lekker Tikken switches right now? Yeah, that's right. If you go to the Wooting website right now, you can get your own Lekker Tikken switches in a 70 and 90 pack. And we wanted to make this available earlier so we can get away the initial surge of demand for the switches themselves. So we have enough switches available when we do the 60HE V2 launch, and nobody ends up with a module without Lekker Tikken switches. Speaking again about the 60HE V2, you need to prepare a budget of about $180 up to $240, excluding taxes, so sales taxes and VAT and what's so not. You can make a rough conversion to euros if you want a rough price in euros, but you'll see the final prices because there are a lot of different combinations you can make when the launch is there, and depending on what you choose, where you live and the shipping, etc., you'll have your final price. But prepare that budget because that's what you'll approximately be spending on launch day. Now there's a little surprise hidden in that price point. Have you noticed that I said $180?
What is that about?
How is it possible that we have then aluminum case, fully assembled 60HE V2, of which I mentioned it's going to get more expensive because we're doing this full extrusion CNC process, which is much more expensive to do. How can we still have $180? Well, that is because we decided to also open up a plastic model of the 60HE V2. And this plastic model is also really dope because it is your 60HE V2, but then in a plastic case. And not just the regular 60HE plus plastic case that we know now. No, we've taken that case and we've refined it and added the concept of our V2 into it. And that includes ticket switches, FR4 plate, the silicone sandwich pad with the foam sandwich pad, friction fit, and also an aesthetical change you can make to the case. So with the aluminum case, you can choose for a clean look all around, or you can add a strap on the left side or on the right side or both sides. Not that I think you'll be doing that. With the plastic case, you can do the same. We have the classic strap style, but we also have the wing. Now you'll be able to see the wing on launch date. I'm not gonna show it now because still some minor tweaks we're making, and I wanna keep it kind of a secret for the launch. It'll be a lot more fun. But it will give you two aesthetic choices with the plastic case. And otherwise, we've refined the case. It has a much more refined look than before, and it is really dope. So, okay, you joined the campaign. What can you expect shipping-wise? So I mentioned before that we'll be shipping then straight away in December, but the plastic case, however, is shipping a bit later. That will be shipping in March. That date might be slightly adjusted depending on some developments this coming month because we're in the middle of that plastic case development in its final pieces, but you can expect a March delivery date for the plastic case. That means all the other models, when it comes to module, the assembled one, with the split, and with the original spacebar and ANSI and ISO versions, are all available in December for shipping. And that is this little update on the 6HEV2. Otherwise, a little side note is that Wooting is going to be less available for a week during Woodstock, and that is our company event where everyone from Wooting comes together to one location where we can finally see each other physically, because we are a full remote company, and that's a very exciting week for us. So keep that in mind if you notice a delay in any kind of responses. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next update. Bye-bye.